what is this investing all about? What do you mean by investing, and what can it achieve me?
So let me tackle at the broad level. I think this is very important because I see this amongst many people. In most cases, higher and higher expertise or complication results in better results or better pay or higher salary, right? But in investing, more the complicated thing, it doesn't work. Okay? The fundamentals work, simplicity works. The problem in investing is there is so much information and so much availability that the mind gets confused and forgets the fundamentals. I'll give you a recent example. Gensol has been a fraud, right? If you have been an equity investor, you have lost a lot of money. But do you also know that people have invested in the debt of BlueSmart?
Okay.
Right? BlueSmart is a sister company of Gensol. It's a cab hailing company. People have actually subscribed to bonds of BlueSmart through various online bond selling platforms. Right? There are many. We can name, I think, 3, 4, 5, 10, which are big startups and they are doing well. Right? So there are a lot of fintech startups which are selling bonds, risky bonds. Now, what you have to understand, when you are giving a loan to somebody, the maximum you get is the interest. So upside is not yours. If the company becomes successful, then the upside is the company which has borrowed money from you. As a lender, it's not your upside. The maximum you will get is 10, 11, 12, 13, 15%, right? However, if the company does not do well, you will lose your entire principal. So what is the innovation that has happened? So the banks are not selling these bonds of loss-making startup companies, right? Which ride-hailing company in India has been profitable for the last 15 years? Ola is not profitable, Uber is not profitable, of course BlueSmart will not be profitable, right? I don't think Rapido is also profitable. Why are you lending to a loss-making company? If you want to take risk, please buy Gensol shares, please buy BlueSmart shares. At least you have signed up for losing your money. But when you're lending to these businesses, you have not signed up for losing that money.
Definitely.
Right? So keep it simple. So to come back to your question, right? What works in investing, right? The thing that works in investing is simple, simplistic fundamentals. Go back to the fundamentals and reduce your risk. Be disciplined. So two things work, discipline and consistency works.
Absolutely.
So if you are disciplined in your savings and investing pattern and you do it over a long period of time, then compound interest will make sure that you end up with a large amount of some 10, 15, 20, 25 years down the line, right? The rate of return has to be respectable. When I mean respectable, it should be higher than inflation. Typically, even if you make 10 to 12% returns, which is generally not considered high by most of us, but if you do it for 20 years, you will end up with a big number, right? Now, maybe many of the investors will have this question, right? What is a reasonable rate of return that I can expect from stocks? So I have a very simple way of thumb rule of saying this, right? Our GDP grows by say 6% every year, right? And our inflation is approximately 6% every year. So if you take the last 35-year average since 91, right? After reforms. So if you take the average, the GDP has grown by 6%, the inflation has been at least 6%. So GDP plus inflation is a reasonable expectation that you can have from your mutual fund portfolio. So between 10 to 12%. So if for the next 10 years GDP grows by 10% and inflation is 5%, maybe you will make 15.
Absolutely.
If the GDP grows by 5 and the inflation is only 3, maybe we will make 8% returns. Right? In stocks, you can expect, if you do a good job, you can expect to make 3, 4, 5% more. So 12 plus 3, 15 is not a bad expectation. However, it's non-linear. Not every year will be a profit. So you have to have, after 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, you can expect this kind of returns, hopefully higher.
No, absolutely. As you rightly said, I think one major point that as an investor I have to take is that nothing is absolute. Everything has to be taken over the longer duration of the time, right? Because we have to see the cycles. The cycles keep moving forward, backward, sometimes up and down.